Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff Berman. I'm from HelloooTV, and this is Hello Hangs. Welcome to Hello Hangs, our interview segment that we always do a day or two before the actual HelloooTV concert. Now, this Saturday night, we have Lenny Pey, who is now based in Nashville, Tennessee, and his band performing on our HelloooTV stage. Before I bring in Lenny for this interview, I want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors. First, we have AEH Accounting. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business, listen up. They can help you stay on track. They can help you with your bookkeeping, and they can obviously help you with your taxes to make sure you are on the up and up and you don't miss anything. Follow them at aehaccounting.com. Next, Audio-Technica USA. Now, they make the best microphones in the world, in our opinion, and they've been big supporters of HelloooTV from the start. Their team in the United States has been excellent to us, and we want to send them some love. So thank you, Audio-Technica. We appreciate it. And last but not least, the good folks at NooWave, who are bringing us Flow-State-Coffee. And what that means is it's coffee for creative types. There's a little bit of an amino acid called L-theanine in this coffee that helps get your brain into an optimal functional mode where you can get your business done. It's just perfect for creative types like you and I. And let us help you get 10% off your order. Go to noowave.co/hello and get 10% off your order. All the information for our sponsors is below this screen. Now, I want to bring in my new friend, Lenny Pey. Mr. Pey, how are you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I am good. Where are you at the moment? You're traveling, right?
I am in Bridgeport, Connecticut, like not too far from Hartford, Connecticut.
Bridgeport.
Yeah.
Bridgeport guy.
Yeah. It's beautiful here, though. I love it.
What are you doing in Connecticut?
We're playing a show. It's like a kind of like a private show, but everybody, because obviously the world, you can't really like get in crowds, so everybody, it's on a floating stage, and all these boats are gonna pull up. It's gonna be cool.
Oh my gosh. Is it like in a lake or in like the harbor, as they say?
I think it's at the harbor, and it's at some marina. I should probably know more about it, but yeah, we're going to play in a couple hours. It's gonna be fun.
That's awesome. And that's tonight?
That's tonight. Yep.
Great.
Fly back to Nashville tomorrow.
Right. Just in time for the show at HelloooTV, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a HelloooTV Instagram takeover in the airport. I'm gonna start it in the airport tomorrow.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So is it just you tonight in Bridgeport, or is it you and the bandmates?
It's kind of like everybody's acoustic. There's a couple different artists playing. Yeah, it's an acoustic thing, but I'm playing electric, and it wouldn't be a day on the road if my electric didn't just fall off the bed onto the floor face first. So I mean, the day is starting off just right so far.
Yeah, tellies are usually pretty durable when they fall after being put and leaned against something that they should have never been leaned against.
Yeah, and this is like really out of my element to play a telly. I always play Strats, but this is an old telly that I have that I repainted recently, and I just thought I should give it at least one concert in its lifetime.
Yeah, yeah. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Well, where are you from originally?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. Excellent. Which side of the river? Like St. Louis proper?
Yep.
Okay.
I grew up like 30 minutes outside of St. Louis, but my dad has a farm that's like an hour and 45 minutes from St. Louis in Herman, Missouri, and I spent like a lot of time down there.
Yeah. What brought you to Nashville?
My sister was going to school in Nashville, and I was still living in St. Louis. I was 16. Our house burned down and lost everything, baby pictures, guitars, literally everything.
Oh my goodness.
Just decided to pack up whatever we had left and go to Nashville. Like, I fell in love with the music, the whole music scene in Nashville when I went to visit my sister at college. But yeah, I love Nashville.
Yeah, there's a lot to love. That's quite remarkable. Was that such a tragic event in your life? I imagine that was influential in what you would later write songs about.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's definitely like inspired songwriting and stuff like that. But it made me just appreciate like the things that I do have, because I feel like a lot of people, I still do it to this day, but a lot of people just live in excess and have too many things, and they don't even realize they have so many things. Like, I have too many guitars, and I should have learned my lesson because I've lost all of my guitars. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it was, I wouldn't say it was traumatic. It was just kind of eye-opening. It's like, man, like, you only need a few things. You don't need a whole house full of things that you don't even touch on a daily basis, you know?
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a little bit about this new single that came out. I believe it came out a few hours ago.
Yeah.
Patient.
Yep.
It's great. That and the previous singles that you've released this year really showcase your ability as a guitar player. Do you kind of consider yourself a guitar player primarily and a singer second, or is it a little bit more of an even balance?
Man, I've thought about that a lot. Like I've been like I'm 27 and I had a record deal when I was 17 and I was a songwriter, touring artist and all that stuff and like I feel like I would say I'm a singer first. I'm a singer and then a guitar player, but I mean I play guitar way more than I sing. When I'm just sitting at home, I'm always playing guitar. It's never out of my hands. But I feel like singing is more like I definitely want people to know about my guitar playing, but singing is like it's the voice of the song even more than the guitar and it tells the story with actual words. So I mean, I feel like singing is at least on like the new single Patient, like I wanted it to be like a song, a lyric, you know, more of a lyric than the guitar playing thing, but I definitely did a guitar solo and I'm going to probably do that on a lot of my music, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I did want to ask you, I don't want to harp on it, but I did want to ask you about what I would call kind of your former life
Yeah.
under the previous
Hey,
moniker,
harp on it.
because I find it really fascinating, and it's something that you seem to have come out of the other side of that experience for the better.
Yeah.
And but it must have been a difficult thing to have this career, have this deal, have a good amount of success and notoriety under the Dakota Bradley name,
Yeah.
and then to step away from that. Could you tell us a little bit about
It's such a weird
the
story, man.
process behind that decision and everything?
Yeah. So long story short, like I moved to Nashville. Lenny's my real name. I moved to Nashville and met this guy who was like a manager, and he's still friends to this day. But he was like, "Man, you should go by the name Dakota Bradley, and I can hook you up with Tim McGraw and all these awesome things and like a record deal." And I was kind of young and naive, I guess is the word. And I was like, "Sure, it sounds good. I'll go by a stage name for a couple years." And I did it and put out some music and had some success, and it was really cool. Got to travel and like I was telling somebody last night, like my college experience was spent in a tour bus and planes and traveling and going to radio stations and every day for 4 years where like all my other friends were in college.
It's a hell of an education.
Yeah, like just real world education and meeting people and having to be that young and interact with people twice my age on a daily basis was like the ultimate, like I don't know. It's a similar thing to like having to get up and speak in front of your class, like getting up and talking in front of people twice my age, and had to be nervous, but I still had to do it, you know.
It's trial by fire. I mean, it's throwing you in the deep, whatever idiom you want to apply to that situation.
Yeah.
It's not typical.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't typical, and it was weird. It was so weird when it all stopped, like because the label that I was signed to just closed, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go back to my real name, and I'm gonna make, because like during that whole record deal, there was a lot of people that were like, man, you should write this kind of song, and like here's a song that some really famous songwriter wrote. You should record this one. And I just was like, yeah, sure, it all sounds great, because I was kind of getting to live my dream and travel and do awesome things, so it was hard to say no. But after that all kind of came to a halt, I just kind of spent 2 years writing songs and figuring out exactly what kind of musician and artist and like what I wanted to say with my music. And I feel like I didn't, as cool as all of that stuff was as Dakota Bradley, I just feel like I didn't say a single thing that was meaningful in my music at all. I just kind of screamed out a bunch of songs to the world. I didn't say anything from my heart, but like Breaking Up is easy and Patient, and some of the stuff I'm about to put out is just exactly what I want to say, I feel like.
Yeah. Does it seem to be that, well, let me ask, where does your heart lie? Because the stuff that you're doing now under your name, Lenny Pey, is more pop focused, more, you know, which is great. The country stuff was certainly pop country.
Yeah.
And as you know, a lot of the writing and the process that goes into that sort of music, especially with young artists, can just be so overinflated with writers and just so many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Have you been able to kind of reestablish what you want with the music that you're making now?
Yeah, for sure. Like there's a lot less cooks in the kitchen now. It's like there's only 2 cooks or 3 cooks in the kitchen. That's how I like it. Yeah, man, it's just like it was just a weird thing to like go by a different name, and now I'm like honestly it feels like a different lifetime, because like change is a good thing in life, and you can always count on change. But like when that whole thing happened, I was like, man, just like that was something I went through. I'm just gonna put it behind me and move forward and make new music. And I don't know, it was a weird thing for sure. Yeah,
I can imagine. I mean, I would not want to be stifled with the personality type that I was at 17, and let alone the band that I was in at 17.
Yeah, and I was
This
also
is
like just kind of I feel like when you're a guy, at least when you're 18, you kind of like have a big ego and you think you know it all and you act like you're like this big shot. At least I did when I was 18, and that was like something I look back on, and I'm glad I went through that because like looking back at that stuff, I'm like, wow, I'm just so glad that I'm not like that anymore. You know?
yeah, it's a learning. It's maturation. Am
Yeah,
I saying that right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Does your heart lie more in the country realm or the pop realm?
I mean, honestly, like if I could have like when I moved to Nashville, I never was like, oh, I'm gonna be a country artist. I kind of got like someone kind of like grabbed me by the hand and led me into that world, and I was just like I happened to be able to sing stuff like Keith Urban or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I've always liked the guitar playing, like John Mayer, Keith Urban kind of thing, but I just kind of like used my ability and blended into these songs that they were giving me. But I mean, no, my heart is definitely in like the like John Mayer, Patrick Droney, Alan Stone, like anything in that world of music.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you know,
want to also ask the guitar players that you love, that you know, I don't want to
yeah.
say kind of idolize or formulate your style after, but the biggest guitar influences you would say.
Definitely number one, Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's my number one. Stevie, BB King, like John Mayer is up there, but also he's like a songwriter compared to like Stevie Ray Vaughan has great songs, but John Mayer has way more songs that I think are awesome.
Yeah.
I just like what I love about Stevie Ray Vaughan is he gets on stage and it's like someone flips a switch and he just goes out of his body and goes somewhere else. And like that's my favorite thing about music is when you see people just like turn on this thing and like he's got it. BB King, Eric Clapton.
So far, for those keeping track at home, he's named 4 names and 3 of them have been Strat players.
Oh, they're
Just
all
keeping
Strat
track.
players. Yeah, 3 of them have been. Joe Bonamassa, he plays Strats, he plays Les Pauls, he plays it all.
Yeah.
Mateus Asado, I don't know if you know him.
I do not.
He's like I'm not sure what country he's from, but he is amazing. He's like plays with Tori Kelly, and John Mayer like posts about him and all this stuff. But he's like an Instagram.
Uh-oh. You frozen? Are you there? Let's see if we can get you reconnected. Let's get you back in. You there? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we may have lost Lenny Pey momentarily. While we're waiting to get him back, let me reintroduce everything. My name is Jeff. It's not that important, but I'm with HelloooTV, and we have Lenny Pey tomorrow night, live, in concert, and it's free. You can see it at youtube.com/HelloooTV and facebook.com/HelloooTV, as well as at Music Mayhem and on the social media outlets of Lenny Pey himself. You're back.
I don't know what happened, but I'm back.
Hey, it's shoddy hotel Wi-Fi, so it goes.
Oh, guess
Yeah.
so.
I have a question that I end up asking a lot of HelloooTV featured artists, and it's part personal curiosity, but partially because there's no wrong answer, and everybody has a different frame of mind and a different method when it comes to releasing new music in 2020. And COVID notwithstanding and not being able to tour, that doesn't really matter so much. But you've released a few singles this year that are really you kind of planting the flag, so to speak, of what you're going to be doing going forward, and it's kind of a drastic departure in some ways from, your previous moniker, and you're really establishing Lenny Pey as what you're doing. Do you lean one way or the other when it comes to releasing new music, whether it be a single, or do you prefer an EP, or do you prefer the classic record?
I mean, like I would say like maybe like 5 years ago, I would prefer like a whole record. But I mean, not to go back to John Mayer, but he did this thing where he released like 4 songs and called them waves. He released like waves of songs, and I thought that was really cool. When it comes to like me just like planting the flag, like you said, and just like this is what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going single by single for right now, but
Yeah.
like also my recording process has changed a lot, and not being able to go into like big studios as much, and so like I don't really like I get the whole mask thing, but it's weird to me to be with my best friends in a studio and like all of us have to wear masks and be trying to interact, and like I'd rather just be at home, be able to drink some coffee and vibe out and record at home, send tracks to my band members, like they track on it, send it back. That's how Patient came together. Nobody was in the same room, but it sounds like we're all in the same room because we played together for 5-6 years. But doing it like that, it's like I get to go song by song, and it's fun to just put them out right when they're done. It's hard to like finish them and then wait until I get all 4 and put out a 4-song EP. But I definitely plan on putting like an EP kind of thing out, and then a record, like a full record, you know.
Excellent. That was going to be my next question, is if there was a record on the horizon.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And
When
I've
can we
never done
expect
like
that?
an album before, like a full album, so I'm excited about that.
You're due.
Yeah.
You're overdue.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a time frame for that?
I mean, I plan on putting at least one more single out before the year is over. At least one, hopefully 2. I mean, definitely like first quarter of next year, I plan on putting an EP out for sure.
Nice.
I don't know about it. I mean, definitely like hopefully a full record next year, you know.
That's awesome. Well, we look forward to it. Thank you again for being a part of HelloooTV. What can everyone expect from the show tomorrow night? Or
Man.
from the show tonight in Bridgeport, Connecticut?
The show tonight is going to be cool, but the HelloooTV thing, man, that is such an awesome thing what you guys are doing for artists. Like just when I walked in the room, like, man, that is the most amazing setup for the fact that nobody can go play like a real show. You walk in there and you feel like you're like, I just felt right at home. And I'm so pumped for people to see it. That was my first time having Latavius, the keys player, and like he's so fun to play music with. I can't wait for everybody to see it. I'm pumped. I'm really pumped.
That's great. Well, yeah, I mean, since I represent HelloooTV, I'm going to put a spotlight on us and say, we're awesome.
Yeah, you guys
We
really
have a
are.
great setup, and it's great. And Lenny just said it, so you know it's true.
Yeah. And I played
All
a bunch of new music, stuff that's not out, and stuff that I plan on putting out. And it's a broad spectrum of vibes and different textures, you know?
Excellent, excellent. Well, have a great set tonight. Safe travels tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow night on HelloooTV, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you.
All right. My name is Jeff Berman. I'm with HelloooTV. This is Lenny Pey. He's on HelloooTV tomorrow night. If you happen to be in Bridgeport, Connecticut tonight, you can see him if you have a boat or you have a friend that has
you need
a boat. You need a boat. That's awesome. A quick thank you again to our sponsors, AEHaccounting.com, Audio-Technica USA, and NooWave, who are bringing us Flow-State-Coffee. Go to noowave.co/hello for 10% off your order. All right, Lenny, that's it. Thanks so much for coming on Hello Hangs.
Thanks, guys. You're awesome, man.